Hi, today we're going to be talking about a well-designed, happy life with or without them. So, how would it feel if I said we need to live a life that isn't dependent on our loved one's sobriety? And if we can create that kind of life, we can have a happy future if they get sober or not. We can learn to live with or without our partners. Here's a loving truth. We hope and we pray that our loved ones will not drink too much, or they will stop using drugs and start being faithful. But when we put our lives on hold, hoping that they will keep their promise of remaining sober and stopping their bad habits, we are leaving our happiness in their hands. We are saying, I can be happy and I can have a good time as long as they follow through with their promises of staying sober. That is so hard to say. I'm so sorry. Of staying sober. But what if they don't? What if they never get sober? Will we continue to subject ourselves to an unhappy life? How many times are we going to be let down before we start to say, enough, enough? Enough. If they get sober, that's great. We will be so proud. But we are not going to wait around anymore. We are going to start designing a life that makes us happy, whether they get sober or not. So what does a well-designed, happy life look like to you? What does it look like? Take a moment to imagine what happiness to you looks like. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think about the things that make you feel good. It could be baking cupcakes, walking with a friend, gardening, taking an adventurous trip, visiting a child, reading a book on the back porch, working, volunteering, going for a run. I cannot relate to that last one, but if that is you, I am in awe. So now I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down what you see. Keep your list close to you this week and keep spending small little pockets of time thinking about your well-designed, happy life. And when you have an inspired idea, I want you to write it down. So I turned my list into a dream board because I'm a visual learner. I also have dyslexia, which is probably why I'm a visual learner. I would take my board, my dream board, which is basically just pictures of what I would like my life to become. And I would take it from room to room while I did my chores. And I would just imagine myself in those pictures, and it made me feel so hopeful. In a very, very dark time in my life, I loved the idea that I could tap into happiness that had nothing to do with my partner and their drinking or drug use, because nothing on my board at the time involved a partner. They were just things I loved, like wearing cozy socks by the fire with a plate of cookies, or riding my bike with my kids. Daring to imagine a life that does not revolve around their addiction. That's an act of courage. A separate, peaceful, happy life. Try to find ways to slowly and intentionally create that life if you decide to stay or leave. You've got this. I know it feels scary at first, but I believe in you. And if you would like to share any of your ideas, I would love to hear them. You can find me on Substack, or you can just Google Michelle Anderson or Love Over Addiction. Let's meet there and encourage one another to help us feel like we're not alone, and to let us know that in our world, everything that you or I have gone through or are going through, it is normal to us. I think that's a huge gift. So I will meet you over there.